Well, hello again, everyone. It's James Burgess, the author of Chaos, How Business Leaders Can Master the Power of Focus. And I'm doing this video because I wanted to share what I think is an important message with all of you. I recently had a number of my business friends give me a call and ask me a question. And the question was, James, what's all this hullabaloo about these radical focus workshops you're doing? And I told them that I had been on stage for 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes, talking to business owners, executive directors of not-for-profits, department heads of larger organizations, as well as independent sales associates and multi-level marketing sales folks. And I was sharing with them what I believe is the core strategy, the #1 strategy for conquering chaos within their business responsibilities, bringing radical focus and radical accountability to those activities that will truly progress their organizations. And after I was done, after I'd shared my compelling message with them, almost half of them rushed the door to register for our free Radical Focus workshops. If you're this guy,
what you have to do is believe in yourself, make a plan of action, and follow through with it. And if you believe you can do something, then you can. Like I can do with this board. Didn't believe in myself enough. I'm going to try again.
You know the guy, the one that hits their head against the same less than spectacular financial results over and over again, hoping to create breakthrough, but not doing anything different. What's that called? Oh yeah, the definition of insanity. If you would prefer that your business or your not-for-profit or your department or your sales results were creating breakthrough results, then you really need to think about registering for our free Radical Focus workshops right here on this page. The compelling message I haven't shared with you because I've been holding it back as my bait, if you will, is that business planning is important, but it's been broken. Listen to this. It's easy, it's fast, it's sustainable, and it's entirely practical. Can you imagine somebody talking about business planning being easy, fast, sustainable, and entirely practical? You'd be rushing for the door too. So here's what I want you to do right now. Rush to the registration. Go there now. Register for our next free Radical Focus workshop. Take control of your business life. Have a meaningful business life through radical focus and radical accountability. Register now, and I'll see you shortly. Well, hello again, everybody. It's James Burgess, and I have for you today another tutorial video, this one covering step-by-step how to complete your quarterly refocusing, your quarterly revisit of your business plan. Now, for the purposes of this instructional video, I have created a hypothetical company. It is called ABC Data Collect. It is in the business of doing traffic data collection. This company is one of the ones that puts the tubes on the road, counting vehicle traffic. But this year it is undertaken to expand its business by developing a mall traffic program. They're going to sell to mall management companies to show how they can collect data on mall traffic, to use that data to attract higher-end tenants into the malls. And the other piece of major change in the business is that they are presently using another company's software for the purposes of the road traffic data collection, and their intention now is to replace that because that software has been kicking their gross margin, and remove all of this in-house by building their own software that will also
not only allow the company to collect data on road traffic, but as well it'll serve the dual purposes of being able to connect into cameras and monitor and collect data on mall traffic. So this is a big undertaking for the company and really represents its next point of leverage to move into the over $15 million range in revenue. For the moment, their 3-year goal is $13,245,000, as you can see here in the vision, and this year's target is $11,675,000. So, with that background, this quarterly review is the quarterly review setting up for the third quarter. So we're moving into the second half of the year. This company operates from January 1st to December 31st for ease of the purposes of this instructional video. And so it is approximately July the 5th, early into the third quarter, with the second quarter and frankly the first half of the year ending June 30th. So to do your quarterly review, you basically have 3 high-level tasks to complete. And the great thing about this video is you'll be able to listen to a portion of it and go do that portion in your plan. Listen to the next portion and go do that portion in your plan. And so we're going to take you step by step through each of these elements. As I say, at the 15,000 foot level, there are 3 basic things we're going to do. We're going to examine our performance against our objectives. How are we doing? We're going to make draw observations about what we see happening from the measurement of our performance against our objectives, and that may prompt us to want to make some changes. Secondly, we're going to update our action plans. A quarter has gone by, so some of our action plans should have been completed. We might need to reposition some. Some may now be irrelevant as a result of an important issue having arisen in the business. In any case, we want to revisit our action plans and make sure they are robust and current. And thirdly, in the event that after we've reviewed our action plans we have less than 9, we can then look at our strategies and consider building an action plan project to advance the business foundation towards achieving one of its big, hairy, audacious goals that are positioned in the strategies. Now, just for the purposes of this model, all I have put here are the big, hairy, audacious goals. I haven't included the 3 to 4 ways the company can begin to progress towards achieving those big, hairy, audacious goals. So just the outcome that we're trying to create here, not all of the content about how we would propose to get there. let's start with step one. We are going to understand what our performance against our objectives is looking like. And so the first thing we need to do is look at our scorecards. Bear with me while there we go. So here is our scorecard, and it is our fiscal 2012 revenue. So the first thing I want to do, of course, is update it, because now I have June's results. So for June, I'm going to edit, excuse me, my apologies. We're going to go to edit, and we're going to put in June's results, 878,712. And so now our year-to-date total is $6 million, as you can see here. And so interestingly enough, if we take 6 million and multiply it by 2, because we're halfway through the year, we are in fact on track for 12 million versus our forecast of 11,000,006. However, that could get me pretty excited, except if you look at my last year's results, July and August are very, very soft months. We're dealing with governments and large corporate and malls, and they tend to just, management teams just tend not to be there to help us continue to build our pipeline. So I'm not of a mindset right now to boost my revenue target to 12 million. I might do that at the end of Q3 though. If we have the kind of July and August that we're hoping to have, which is substantially better than we did last year, we may in fact then decide that September and October and November, December could put us well over our target, and I may choose sometime in the next 3 months or so to increase my revenue target to keep me focused, to keep my entire team focused on creating the results that we're trying to create. And that is a decision you can make. So let's just go now to our graph. And you'll see here that here's the big dip that we had last year. Just horrible. Nothing got done. Extremely disappointing. And we are now forecasting, as you can see, for a much stronger summer. Still a significant dip, but nonetheless we are planning for something better than what has happened. Now, as you can see, the results for this year, it's not easy to follow the blue line, but the blue line basically parallels the budget and pops up, and popped up really high in May, but June has dropped off. And now I'm getting nervous, because now we're trending to look like July and August again. And this is the third or fourth or fifth time in the history of the business that we've had this spike in May and a decrease in June while we're fulfilling the work. The sales aren't getting, there's no additional pipeline being built up. So I've made a note that an action plan I want to include right away is to revisit our staffing levels and make some tough decisions potentially about increasing our sales staff and sales management, so that we can continue through high volume periods of implementation or fulfillment to continue to grow our sales, so that we stop seeing this drop each time we hit a peak. And you'll see that I don't want us, that we're going to peak again in the fall, and I want December to be a really good December, and so I've got to make sure that I get underway with this staffing review very, very quickly. So that's my one observation. Things are going extremely well. Obviously, as I say, we're already tracking, because we got out of the gate very quickly at the start of the year, well ahead of plan. But this June outcome has me nervous, and so I am going to review our staffing levels. Now, as you review all of your scorecards in this same fashion, you may you're going to see things and make more observations. And again, it's the important thing is, why is this happening, and what do you do about it? Okay, so that's the kind of thing I want you doing when you're reviewing your scorecards. What has it done? Update the numbers, ask yourself why, and what can you do about it? Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, always wanting to try and create stronger results. And look at last year's results always when you have multiple years to look at, and ask the question, as you would have done at the start of the year, how do we stop this from happening? And clearly my question now is, which way are we tracking? So I'm going to get together my salespeople too and review our pipeline to make sure that we can turn this in and line up better with our forecast rather than with last year's numbers. So I want to see this June number, which was low, to come on and join in with the forecast, not trend lower in July and August. So that's basically how you do a review of your scorecards. Very obviously, it's only one example and quite straightforward. So now we're going to go back to our plan and look at our action plans. So we're going to come down here and I'm going to click on the action plans and I'm going to go to Q2. I have had nothing in Q1 and I shouldn't have had certainly anything left over from Q1 because I'm doing this every quarter, and I don't have anything planned for Q1 2013 yet. So I'm going to start with Q2. And in Q2 we had the mall traffic program. We wanted to develop the mall traffic program by May 31st. That got done, so I'm just going to unclick it. Alright. And the proprietary traffic software, we wanted to test it. Well, the test, unfortunately, I mean it is software after all, so the test is not going, it's going well, but it's not on track, and so I need to push this one out to August 15th, and we're going to just write test. Proprietary traffic software. Complete the test. Okay, so this one, it happens. You know, with the best of intentions, sometimes our action plans that we have in front of us get delayed. Business circumstances or other priorities. The idea here is that it was there. We've made progress. But it is a test after all, and a test is expected to uncover issues that we want to correct before we go into the market with this, before we bring this new software into our business, because we're fine for the moment. We're using the US-based provider. We don't want to upset our own apple cart with our own proprietary software. We can take our time and test it properly. Okay, and then the third one in Q2 was June 30th. We wanted to develop our proprietary software marketing. So we actually want to use the fact that we have this software within in-house and leverage it with our clients to show them the growth and sustainability of our business and our own internal ability to be better at counting the traffic and giving more accurate results by having our own proprietary software rather than buying from the US base. So we want a whole marketing strategy around this, and the great news is it's done. It's sitting in the wings waiting to be implemented once we have fully tested and are satisfied that our software is working. So now we want, so having updated Q2, we're going to look at Q3. Now, this one needs, right now I've still got this one sitting in August the 15th. I'm going to move that in a moment when I go to my planning wheel, but I just want to look first at all of my action plans and see what's going on. So in Q3, I personally have a book that I'm going to launch, and that is dead on target. Now, for some reason, this next one, review the mall traffic program. So the idea here was that I thought that by September 15th, we'd already have sold a couple of malls on having our traffic solution there. And that was unrealistic of me when I put this in at the start of the year. And so I now know that if I want to, what I want to do is be selling it for about 6 months and then review our success. So I'm going to push this one all the way out to May 15th. Oops. Okay. Put complete for the moment. May 15th, 2013. So we're going to complete the mall trap. We're going to delete complete, and I'm going to put review because it's just not one of the options that one page gives us. So I'm going to put review mall traffic program by May 15th, 2013, and you'll see that we don't expect yet to launch the program until November now. So it makes sense to push this out a good 5 or 6 months. The relaunch of the website, we're going to relaunch the website, identifying the new mall program and our new software, and I'm fine with that being done on by October the 13th. So we're all good there. Okay, as I said, the mall traffic program will launch by November 30th. Good, we're still solid. Yeah, we're behind on the testing. We're behind on the software, but I'm confident that with the marketing program ready to go on that, and we're going to get the test done, and we'll be able to announce the launch of our mall traffic still by November 30th. And simultaneously, we're going to launch the proprietary traffic software, and with the marketing already done, I'm really fine with that. Finally, in December, we're going to I'm going to take my management team to Huntsville, to Deerhurst, and we're going to have a retreat and get ourselves because this is 2013 is a big year for us. We're going to have the new software, the new mall program. We got to figure out how we're going to sell, get the sales team organized around that. So we're going to have a major planning session in 2013 with all department heads up at Deerhurst. So now what I'm going to do is go to my planning wheel and make sure I've got everything in the right date order. So I'm going to rearrange them. And so May 15th is actually Q2 next year. So I slide that over, and August is now Q, but we're going to put the book above that. Okay, and now I am cheating a bit. Normally, I encourage businesses not to have more than 3 action plans per quarter, and you can see that really this October 31st is part of Q4. So in fact, I have 4 for Q4, but this, the priority for 2012 is to finish off with great financial results, yes, but most importantly, we've got to get that springboard into 2013. So with my management team, I'm okay having 4 action plans. I'm going to pass some of the responsibilities around to my team, but I encourage you not to have this happen. Now, the interesting thing is, the system, or at least my planning process, the one-page business plan planning process, recommends no more than 9 action plans, and you can see we've got 7. So I have room for 2 more. So I'm going to go back to Q1 of 2013. I'm going to add a new one. It's going to be build up staff. So I'm making an assumption here. I'm making an assumption that the management team is going to agree with me that to stop this June month, to stop the environment where we have these soft months of revenue right after big months of fulfillment, I believe they're going to agree with me that we need to build up staff. And so what I'm going to do is put by February 28th that we are going to have, we're going to complete our staff build-up by February 28th. So there is now, from the financial result, we've looked at the objectives and discovered a problem. The results are incredible, but there is an underlying problem within the business that suggests staffing isn't right. So we've reviewed all of the action plans, we've repositioned them, and we've added a new one in to address the issue that we see in our financial performance. So I'm now going to exit the action plan. So the third step I said, so our action plans are looking great, there they are. The third step I said is, if you don't have a full 9 action plans, then let's take a look at our strategies. What could we be doing? So I'm kind of excited about having raving fans. I'm pretty sure we have good, solid relationships, but it's a little dangerous for me to be going out and expanding my business into a completely new area without the certainty that we're still doing a great job with our existing clients in the road traffic data collection. So now that I know, now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to go back to my action plans and again put in for Q1 of next year, but earlier I'm going to put survey client base, and I'm going to put January 31st. Oops, let's get down to the 31st. There we are. 2000. Oops. Let's try that again. January 31st. There we go. And 2013. And we are going to introduce it by then to our customer. There is my 9th action plan, and all driven from the 3 high-level points of review. You look at your objectives, update them first, then observe them, ask yourself the question, why are things happening the way they are, and what can you do about them? And if there are things you want to do that have some sense of urgency, make note of them so that you will remember them when you go to your action plans. And if there is, by the way, something to celebrate within your review of your performance, then plan out a celebration. So look at your performance, update the performance, look at the performance, ask the 2 questions, then go to your action plans, update your action plans. Some may need to move forward because they didn't get accomplished, some may need to be dropped off because they're not relevant. We've added 1 new action plan based on the financial results that we've observed and in response to the question that we asked. And then we did the 3rd thing, we looked at our strategies because we still had room for 1 more action plan. So we looked at the raving fans and said, let's start surveying. And now that we've completed our quarterly review of our business plan, there is still 1 more very important step left in our overall quarterly refocusing process, and that is, of course, to complete the quarterly radical focus accountability report. So the next instructional video will cover the preparation of that report along with the weekly focus accountability commitment report, because the 2 of them are, of course, linked. So good luck with your quarterly review, and we'll see you on the next, well, we won't see you, we'll talk to you on the next video. Bye for now.